Relationships are weird. I'm specifically talking about the breaking up part because what do you mean there's some dude out there who I haven't talked to in forever and don't plan on talking to again that just knows all this random stuff about me and like, is this not weird? It's a little weird, right? So, since I have opinions about dating and relationships, having had one singular boyfriend and like two situationships in my life, I'm gonna give them to you even though I'm not a professional and you didn't ask. 1. If you're not gonna date to marry, don't date at all. I previously did not have this opinion and kind of went by the whole you like who you like and you figure out the future stuff later thing. Until I dated somebody I knew was not going to be in my future, and I was like, where did all that time go? Why did I do that? Basically, I started dating this guy, right? And it was fine, I guess, whatever. It was a first boyfriend kind of thing. Though I did have some experience from what the kids call nowadays situationships. Yeah, we hate those. But anyway, this man wanted kids in the future, and I very much didn't and still don't. I have nothing against kids. In the words of Christina Yang, I like children, I respect children, but I do not want one. Just a personal opinion about myself that I've had for a very long time, and that has not changed. And before you tell me anything, yes, I know things do change, but for now and for a great amount of my past, that's what I have thought, and that's what I'm sticking by. But, anyways, this isn't about that. This man wanted kids in the future, and I didn't. That should have been my first sign. Here's the thing. I understand that you can want to date because you're young and it's fun to have a significant other that you can do cute things like go on dates and stuff, and why not? But literally, it's a waste of time. And maybe I say that because when I think back on that relationship, I get kind of salty, but yeah. In the end, we were gonna have to break up anyway because, I mean, you can't really compromise on children. Like, there's no world in which that works and is fair to the child, so. But, like I was saying, you have to go through the whole breakup process, and even though I was sick and tired of the relationship by the end of it, it still sucked. Surprise, surprise. Like, that was the most not fun thing ever, and I could have saved myself the trouble by not ever entering the dang thing in the first place. Anyway. 2. Don't be with someone who makes you cry on the daily. Daily might be a bit of an exaggeration, but I think I was crying a bit more than was healthy. I think this one is obvious, but I'll give an example because then you'll understand. Also, it would be interesting to get some opinion on this because I've gotten a lot and I think it's funny. Now, because I also know I did the right thing in my heart. Basically, my ex and I were a medium distance couple in my junior year of college. About a 3-hour drive between our campuses, but I didn't even have a car. So we got together in the summer and had a few weeks before school started again, and it was all fine and dandy. At the same time that summer, I was invited on a 3.5-week trip to Vietnam with my friends. You know, the one from the last video. Go watch that if you haven't, shameless plug. Both of whom are guys that I had known since freshman year. Y'all can see where this is going. Apparently, I had omitted too much detail about the trip until things finally started happening with the tickets and the planning and stuff because suddenly, wait, you're only going with 2 guys? Who are these people? It's 3.5 weeks. That's like most of winter break. I'll never see you. And then you're studying abroad in the fall semester after? What's the point? Blah, blah, blah. I can see where I went wrong in a few ways. I understand why it would have been uncomfortable. I had never omitted anything on purpose. I just didn't think it would matter so much because, you know, sometimes guys and girls can be friends and, like, that's it. The thought of either of them that way had never crossed my mind once. So suddenly I am in the most annoying situation ever because, look, I think this is a hard boundary. Okay, well, this is a once-in-a-lifetime trip to go to Vietnam for a long time with a local to literally act as my tour guide. So, like, this man first gave me an ultimatum and was like, if you go, we have to break up. I wish he had just done it, but yes, I did cry. He then wanted me to either leave a week late and join my friends or leave the trip a week early so we would have more time to spend together during the winter break back at home. What the fuck? That was another ultimatum, and yes, I did cry because of that conversation too. Am I crazy or was he? Because, like, bro, there's no way. Can you not just be happy for your girlfriend who gets to go have fun with her friends? Or do you have to be some lame, insecure man who doesn't trust his girl with friends she's had since freshman year? Like, what? If something was gonna happen, why would it happen on this trip specifically and not, like, maybe the 2 years past? Hello? I also forgot to insert that as soon as he made his opinion clear, I did immediately start making plans to have them all meet. One of them was even like, okay, invite him to come with us. He couldn't come at the time, but still, the offer was there. Another thing, Okay, this is starting to feel less like an opinion video and more like a rant, but it's the last part of this, and to put more emphasis on the don't date someone who makes you cry thing. Oh my gosh, I hope he never sees this video. Ha ha. Basically, I wanted to get a tattoo in Vietnam because I thought it would be cool to get tattoos in places that I've been, but yep, that didn't happen, and you know why. It was an idea that I had been tossing around for a bit that he had known about, though I had never really confirmed or denied if I would really do it. It was something I was really interested in. One night while I was on the trip, we were calling, and I said that I actually thought I was going to do it. I don't want to look at the tattoo and be reminded that you chose this trip over me. There is so much more to this, but oh my god. I literally do not have the words, man. Like, I personally could not imagine saying this to anyone, like, ever. Like, this is a finite relationship. Brother, I should have just done it because we were never endgame anyway. I also didn't do it because I told my parents and they were less than happy, but a big reason I didn't do it was because of him. Okay, see, this is why I'm salty. See? You just have to have it your way, don't you? I'm sorry that the fun, cool, exciting trip that I went on was such a bad thing for you. Maybe you should have broken up with me before the trip, huh? I should have ended it there too, but I am stupid and I didn't. So anyway, I cried because of that conversation too. Brother made me cry for a lot more reasons than that, and my parents were not happy about it, but a surefire sign to break up in my opinion. 3. Don't date someone who you don't trust and slash or does not trust you. I feel like this should be pretty self-explanatory, but apparently it isn't for a lot of people, including myself at the time. Exhibit A. My ex. Guys, I'm sorry, I've only been in one relationship, so this is all I have to go off of, but it's a good life lesson, I guess. Like, as we can tell from my previous stories, he didn't trust me or my friends. I just have to say that on a serious note that it isn't about him not trusting my friends, because the fear that one of them would have tried something with me isn't about them, because shouldn't you trust that if they did try something, I would push them away? And that I would actually, like, stop being friends with them after that? I had this friend that I was going to the gym with because I was a gym baby, and this man was a clear gym bro. A gym bro that also had a girlfriend, by the way. We would go to the gym and stuff and hang out with our mutuals. My ex was so convinced that he was into me that he thought the reason my friend and his girlfriend broke up was because of me. And it was very clearly not. Are you insane? They also did end up getting back together a few months later anyway. I had to severely unfriend that dude because of my ex, and after we broke up, I literally went back and, hey, sorry about that, like, low-key ghosting thing. It's all good. Yo, wanna go to the beach with? I cannot explain how nice it felt to still have that friend after all of that. And because I love tying things together, this is why you don't date someone you don't see long term. Because all that time I wasted not having fun and hanging out with my friends and going rock climbing. I was invited rock climbing with that gym bro friend on multiple occasions and had to say no. Anyway, all of that time was wasted with someone whom I get very salty about when I remember. But yeah, back to the main point, I always trusted my partner. To the weird point where he would get upset if I didn't get jealous. Like, I'm sorry, I trust you, weirdo. Number 4. This is a little more specific, but I think it's worth mentioning. If you're in college and you plan to study abroad, break up. Or don't enter a relationship before you go on study abroad because obvious reasons. I broke up with my ex before my study abroad, and that was the best decision I ever made. I mean, the relationship needed to end anyway, but the timing was definitely good. Not because I wanted to, like, mess around, if you know what I mean, but simply because I want to spend my time in a different country having fun and exploring and doing what I want and not sitting on the phone calling all day and night. I did spend a lot of time calling on the phone. Way too much time, actually. But yeah, just my opinion. 5, and I think the last one. This is random and more specific to me, but I cannot date someone that doesn't have the same slash similar music taste. Driving in the car with someone who plays their music that is not to your taste is equivalent to torture, in my opinion. It got to the point where I was low-key dreading car rides because I was going to have to listen to, like, old-timey rock music every single time. It was not fun. I could occasionally play music that I liked, but my taste wasn't the same as his, and I could tell he wasn't into it, which also made it not fun. But yeah, small, but I think it's actually important. So, we learned a few lessons today. Date to marry. Don't date someone who doesn't trust you or you don't trust. Don't bring a relationship into study abroad, I guess. And don't date someone with bad music taste. Okay, fine, that's mean. But don't date someone whose music taste you don't mess with because I swear it's important. Trust me. Alright. That's the end of that. A lot of lessons learned. Thanks for watching the video. I hope my ex doesn't see it because, yeah, that was awkward, but all true stuff, I guess. So, at least the lessons were learned and I can apply them to my life now. Anyway, I'm passing these lessons on to you guys because I think it's funny and will help with quality of life when you're looking to get into a relationship. Just remember these things before you jump into it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps me push out more content and I really appreciate it. See you next time!